Hey, what's going on, you degenerates of the lesser internet? Quick happy video. I am doing my morning streams, and I'm having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm using it to kind of just vent. Um, what I didn't expect is since I started doing it, it's only been like 3 days. I've gotten 2 subscribers. Subscriber number 20 and number 21. So I'm getting traction, and I'm having some good interaction. In my last 2 streams, I had someone drop by and stay for a little bit, and it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. I'm right now. I think I'm gonna label all of them just morning stream because it's my morning stream. I don't know what I'm gonna title the video later in VOD form after it goes up because I don't know what topic I'm gonna talk about. I don't fucking know. So I tried to have a topic to talk about, and this morning I was trying to talk about the Mario movie, and I couldn't do that. So I'm gonna make a video about it. I want to do it now, today, while it's still hot in the news and stuff like that. Just want to kind of take the time and talk about that. So, but yeah, just short, real quick. I'm quite pleased with my streams and the way things are going. Hopefully, it can turn into a thing. It doesn't have to be that big. I don't need thousands of subscribers or anything like that. But I'm having fun. As long as we keep it real, I'm having fun with it. But let's talk about that Mario movie. I actually seen the Mario movie. This is the first movie that we went to see. It's fucking cold in here. My bathrobe's in the other room. I'll just. It don't look that bad on camera. I had white hair all over me from that fucking white piece of shit. From fucking Birthday Boy. I went and I used one of the brushes to get all the fucking white hair off my black shirt, but I just ended up combing the white hair into it. Can't really see it on camera, but. Now, yesterday, the Mario movie came out, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and we went to see it in theaters. No spoilers. No spoilers. It's a very contained story. Just, there's some dialogue and stuff, of course, but the movie itself plays out like a level in a Mario game. You start, you go on your little adventure, and they made a movie out of the adventure from point A to point B. A lot of action, I guess you'd call it. A lot of nonsense, and then the movie ends, as you would expect. So just describing what happens is pretty spoilerific. You don't really need to know, the ins and outs of, the Mario Kart scene and stuff like that. If you did not know there was a Mario Kart scene, I apologize. It is in the trailers. But, yeah, very spoiler-free. I'll try to refrain from mentioning any specific characters or cameos or anything like that. But it was great. It was fucking great for a lot of reasons. It's not the best movie in the world. Going into it, I tempered my expectations. It's kind of like the Warcraft movie. I went to see the Warcraft movie in theaters. I liked the Warcraft movie. It's not a movie you want to watch every year. It's just not that great of a movie. But I enjoyed the experience. I knew full well that it's probably not going to be the best movie in the world. It might even be a bad movie, but I'm damn sure going to enjoy the experience. Now that I've seen it, and it's all said and done, I've marinated on a little bit, it's now the day after, I would say it is a good movie. It is a good family movie. It is a good flick. Maybe not something I want to watch every year, but it was a treat. It was a treat. Very similar to the Warcraft movie. It is a visual experience. It gets it in the feels. And maybe it doesn't have the best acting and the best plot lines and the best dialogue. Again, maybe not something you want to watch every year, but it was good. It was an experience. It was a visual experience. It was fun. It was wholesome. It was a good family flick. It was emotionally draining in a very unexpected way. This was the movie I was sitting there, I was watching a scene. Nothing in particular. It was just it was a shot of the landscape, and you could see the Mario universe in all of its glory, in full CG, done by the team who does the Pixar films and stuff like that. And I remember thinking to myself, I have waited my whole life for this. I'm going on 40. I'm going to be turning 39 this year. I've waited my entire life for this moment. And I know it sounds cheesy and corny. As a lifelong gamer, as a person with a failed gaming YouTube channel, my motto is, my old motto is, hey, you degenerates of the lesser internet, welcome back to my living room and gaming channel. Obviously, this is not my gaming channel, but it was in my motto when I sign off. It's, I got drinks to drink, bitches to fuck, and games to play. I am a fucking... It's what I do. I've been waiting my whole life for this movie. I didn't know what this movie was going to be exactly, but after watching it, this was the thing I was waiting my whole life for. And I didn't realize it until that moment I just described. While I was watching the movie, it was about halfway through. But the whole time up until that point and afterwards, I was sitting there just experiencing this event that I have been waiting my entire life for. And it was very, very, even though I didn't know it at the time of, until that halfway point, it was very emotionally taxing. I fought back some tears, not because the movie itself was emotional or sad. There were some, moments there. Oh, But not because of that. Just because of the experience itself. I was, fighting back some tears. I was the Star Wars guy. You know what I'm talking about? The YouTuber, when they showed the I think it was the Last Jedi trailer, and he's crying. That was me. Except I held him back. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I think this was the first movie since all the lockdowns we went to go see. They let up on them, but I wasn't comfortable going with the movie theaters. Not because of COVID or anything like that, but because I just didn't want to go. I just didn't like Hollywood and all their Hollywood shit. This movie was, I've been watching a lot of movies, not a lot, but I've been watching some movies on Netflix and some TV series and stuff, and they've been pushing, even in video games, they've been pushing politics and everything, and it's so fucking gross. I watch almost nothing now. Anytime I pop something on Netflix, it's an old-ass movie from at least 5 years ago. I'll watch, I haven't seen this Tom Cruise movie. I haven't seen this action flick. Nothing new. It's all gross, weird politics all the time, and it sucks. And I don't like it. I'm not making some sort of boycott or anything like that. Just, what's a good example? Glass Onion. I watched 15 minutes of that, and I had to fucking quit the movie. Just blatant far left propaganda. Front and center. It's okay if the shit is in the movie. If there's a character in the movie who's a leftist, right? They don't like something. It's their character. It's one thing if it's the character. And it's a completely other thing if it's a plot point and propaganda and CRT written into it to display it in a certain way. I watched 15 minutes of The Glass Onion, and I was out. I was like, I can't do this. Yeah, there were some funny parts and stuff like that, but the part that got me is they portrayed... There was a couple of, like, stupid, like, left-wing comments and shit like that. And then they portrayed... they got Batista out there, who in the first moments of the movie, he was obviously this caricature of a right-wing individual. And it's like, okay, whatever. Maybe they're doing the both sides angle, trying to poke fun at both of them, but they're not. They portrayed him out as this caricature that the left views the right. You know, this overbearing, jerk-off, dork, who's all flashy, who's secretly a man-child. As soon as the camera cuts in the movie, he's like living at home with mom. Mom! It's like, really? And it was just insulting. And I'm not even a conservative or on the right, but just, it was horrible. I turned it off 15 minutes in. And I find myself doing that more and more frequently. On not finishing movies, turning them off after the halfway point. It's disgusting. My point is the Mario movie had none of that. No, there was a couple of moments with Princess Peach. It was like a girl power moment. But let's be honest. Princess Peach has been in girl power mode for decades now. She's one of my favorite characters in gaming. I used to play... I first started playing her in Super Mario Bros. 2. And then, you know, she was my preferred character in, like, the party games and in Mario Kart and stuff like that. Because I love kicking people's ass competitively. You know, when friends would come over and couch co-op and stuff, I'd love kicking their ass with the girl character as an extra insult to injury. So they've been doing that for a while now. So she's kind of grandfathered in when it comes to that. But really, that's it. Just a couple of girl power scenes, and that's it. Nothing too bad at all. I wouldn't even call that politics, though. Yeah, no gross politics whatsoever. It was very refreshing, and they it felt good. It felt like this movie was made 15 years ago. Just with modern day, you know, CGI. It was great. No political messaging in it. I'm so thankful that they didn't bastardize this thing. I don't really have any bad thing. The worst thing about the movie is that Donkey Kong laughs exactly like Seth Rogen does now. But, you know, that's the guy they got to voice him. I don't like Seth Rogen as a person. I don't like some of his movies, and I hate his politics. Wasn't thrilled that he was going to be in this movie, but, you know, he didn't do a horrible job. He didn't do a horrible job. He just delivered his lines. He didn't add any sort of weird shit in it. But, you know, his weird, goofy laugh is fine in, like, you know, The Interview or, you know, something like that. But, like, I don't want Donkey Kong now being Seth Rogen. I wasn't thrilled about Jack Black either. Jack Black is great. I like the guy. But, I don't know. I just feel like Bowser's voice should have been just a little bit more darker and a little bit more menacing. But it was fine. It was fine. Jack Black and Bowser is fine. I changed my mind a little bit on it, actually, because the performance was great. The voice didn't match up what I had in my head perfectly, but the performance was great, especially the singing portions, because Bowser would go into, like, would sing a little bit, because Jack Black is an actual, you know, vocalist. He has his own band. That shit was funny, and it was cool. Likewise, Seth Rogen, not a huge fan of the guy, but I could separate the art from the artist. Unlike some of the critics. Seth Rogen delivered a fine experience. It was a fine Donkey Kong. I had more of a problem with Cranky Kong, the voice actor of Cranky Kong. He just came across as an old New York Jew. which was weird. But again, fine. I didn't have any problem with anything. The Peach was fine as well. You know who was the Mario Brothers? Charlie Day as Luigi and Chris Pratt as Mario. I gotta be honest, knocked it the fuck out of the park. Knocked it the fuck out of the park. The fuck out of the park. A lot of the left-wing people don't like Chris Pratt because he wore a Don't Tread on Me shirt 5 years ago. And they're all fucking like ragging on the Mario movie. It's got like a middling score on Metacritic right now, but it's got an overwhelming like 98% on Metacritic. I bought my tickets online. I'm a verified guy. I'll go in there and I'll probably give it a certified review. But man, people are loving this movie. People are fucking loving this movie. I don't know what the box office numbers are. We're gonna have to probably wait until after the weekend on Monday to see what they are. I can't wait for those videos to roll in and stuff. I'm gonna be watching this shit like a hawk, but it's like I've been saying this whole time. This is going to shatter numbers. Sonic? Look what they did to my boy. Sonic is gonna get his shit pushed in by this shit. And I'm not trying to like front and, you know, champion Mario over Sonic or anything like that, but holy shit. Yeah, it was fun. It was really fucking fun. It's really hard not to give spoilers. It was so fun. I will say that my only legit gripe that I don't like, that just really rubbed me the wrong way, that I didn't like, but I'm ignoring, is the concept of Mario and Luigi's parents and family. There is a couple of scenes where they show the family there. Mario and Luigi are essentially the children, the youngest children of a family. It's the Mario family. There's mom and dad and grandpa and I think a brother or a cousin and an uncle there. And they all look like Mario. Just, I was not a fan of that. Is that canon now? Mario's parents? Are they going to have names? Is the Mario Brothers going to be the Mario family? Is there going to be Mario, Luigi, and fucking some weird cousins there? Are they going to write in? I told the bitch, I will call you for this reason. And now I will ridicule you this whole time on camera as the phone rings. Holy shit. She does this all the time. I tell her, don't call, I'll call you if I'm busy doing something. I'm gonna be filming. I'm gonna be jerking off. I'm gonna be in the shower. I'm gonna be playing shit. And I'm gonna have the headphones on. She calls every fucking time. But Turbo, what if it's an emergency? I'm still waiting for that emergency. It never is. Of course, I'll kick myself in the ass if it ever is. But goddamn. And then she'll call right back because I didn't pick up. And then I've had this conversation too. If I don't pick up, it means I'm busy. I'm in the shower. Don't fucking call. The worst is when I'm jerking off. And I'll be sitting here holding my dick like, This is why I unplug the phone. This is why I unplug the phone before I fucking film. Holy fucking shit. Anyway, I better call the bitch back, see what she wants. Anyway, the movie was absolutely great. It was an emotional experience. I was physically drained afterwards. Like, drained. I felt super tired. I was just kind of dazed. We went to Olive Garden. We made it a day. We made it a day. We went to Olive Garden afterwards, and I ate way too much shit I ain't supposed to fucking have. And we stopped by at Best Buy. We got a fucking CD player in the fucking car now, on our new car. We were listening to some fucking tunes. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers. Their, what I thought was their most recent album. The Getaway. But that was 2 albums ago. That was 2 fucking albums ago. I she told me, yeah, they got 2 new albums. I'm like, what the fuck? It's her favorite band and one of my favorite bands. I like other bands more than the Red Hot Chili Peppers, of course, but they're up there. They're definitely up there. But she is the one. She should know. I'm like, well, why the fuck haven't we heard any of the songs? Obviously, they're not that, I haven't heard them on the radio or anything like that. But like, why don't we have them? So we stopped on the way back in a couple of stores to pick them up. They don't have CD sections in stores anymore. Straight the fuck up. Anyway, when we came home, we bought the 2 new albums online. They should be here on Easter Sunday. But while we're at Best Buy, I managed to pick up Metroid Prime Remastered, the physical edition. I was trying to find that shit. Like online, it's out everywhere. I couldn't find it on Amazon, Target, nowhere. We stopped at Target, couldn't find it there. I didn't pick it up, but I bought and paid for it. They were like, oh, we should get a shipment in a couple of days. I was like, can I buy one here and give you my money now and then I could just pick it up later? He's like, well, we can, but it'll be a while. It might take, 6 or 7 days. I'm like, I'm totally fucking fine with that. I'm totally fine with coming back a week from now and picking it up whenever it gets here. I want to pay for it and I want to secure my copy. Been to all these stores, can't find it online, a physical edition. And he's like, okay. He thought I was a little weird for that, but yeah, so I bought and paid for it, and I got my receipt somewhere. It's bought and paid for. And then he says, because I am a Total Tech, I got the subscription service. He says it's kind of like Best Buy is treating it like Amazon Prime. There's like benefits with it and stuff. I should look in to see what those exactly are. See if I could take advantage of some shit. But he says because I am paid throughout the year for the Total Tech thing, because my PC went down and I had to fucking get it fixed, and it's cheaper to pay for the Total Tech shit. I got that thing. It lasts a whole year. I get like extra benefits and stuff. He said because of that, they were going to ship it to my house, and it'll be actually sooner than if I was to come and pick it up in the store. I was like, okay, cool. So I got that. That was a good benefit, added benefit. But we had a little outing. We had fun. But throughout the whole day, I was like really drained. Usually I'm talkative and shit like I am right now, with her. But like, she was like, why are you being so quiet? I said, I'm just tired and drained. I told her, I said that shit emotionally drained me. But yeah, it is a great movie. I didn't see it in 3D because I just didn't want to. I didn't want I didn't want it to be Avatar. Avatar was a fine movie. I'm not talking about the new one. I didn't even see the new one. I heard that shit sucks. But the old one, when I saw that, the movie was fine, but it was basically just a 3D show. I was like mesmerized by the visuals the whole time. I didn't want to do that with the Mario movie. I wanted to catch all the little things. I didn't want to just be mesmerized by 3D effects. I'm sure they're good, but I don't know if the movie was made in 3D or not. But I didn't see it in 3D. So many cameos in this movie. So many cameos and references. So many. So many. There's posters of old games from like Balloon Fight, Wrecking Crew, Punch Out. Just absolutely tons of things. There's this one scene where Mario, it's in the trailer, no spoilers, but there's this one, you could actually see it. You could look it up when you look up the trailer, where Mario is in the obstacle course and there is a cardboard cutout of Bowser that like pops up and he goes and he fucking punches it. That is the Mario's forward A move in midair in Smash Brothers. I recognize that shit. He jumped up and he did the pose, whoop, and then rolled into it. That is his goddamn forward A midair in Super Smash Brothers. The cameos are deep. They are deep in this game. From fucking Smash Brothers moves into the movie. It goes beyond posters in the background and imagery. Shit is deep. Music and stuff. There's a guy that was next to me in the theater. He was about my age. He had his kids there. Thank God when they reserved the seats, he was sitting next to me and he didn't make one of his fucking kids sit next to me. But he was there and he was happy to be there. He was all happy and shit, singing along with the songs and everything. Doot, 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 doot. Like, I didn't want to rain on his parade. Like, he was having a good fucking time, right? Finally get to see a family movie he wanted to see instead of some gross Pixar shit, you know? I wasn't raining on his parade. I wasn't mad at him, even though he was being a little annoying. I noticed he sang certain Mario songs, but he did not sing along with other Mario songs because he didn't fucking know them, because he's not someone like me who plays current Mario. He played Mario probably up until the Super Nintendo days and then quit. So we got a couple of them, but like I was in the theater, like I had recognized a lot of the tunes from like Mario Odyssey and Super Mario Sunshine and shit like that. They played fucking some Yoshi's Island themes and shit. He was completely silent during those scenes, but I was sitting there like it was good. It was so good. It was a good fun. It was a blast. And I had to fight back some tears. It was super emotional. And yeah, the movie is good. The movie is fucking good. Very thankful that there's no politics in it. As expected, the critics are review bombing it. How pathetic can you be that you could... I'm sure there's political pundits and critics and people on the far left. You know how, these sites go. How they trash things that don't deliver the message. But how can you be a lifelong Mario fan and be waiting for something like this all of your life? And I know there's people out there just like me that have been waiting for this moment. But they're on the far left. How can you do that? How can you wait for this moment and enjoy something and then finally get it? And then just go on, your review site and trash it and call it boring and stupid because you're mad Chris Pratt is in it or something like that. How can you do that? How can you do that to something that you love like that? Like arbitrarily trash it and betray yourself just because it doesn't align with your politics or something like that. That's sad. Not only is that sick and stupid and gross, but that's sad that you would do that to yourself. That would be like me saying the movie sucked because Seth Rogen was in it. I don't give a fuck that Seth Rogen is in it. I don't like his fucking politics, and I really didn't like that fucking Donkey Kong laugh. But his performance as Donkey Kong was fine. It was fine. I actually enjoyed the voice work for the Donkey Kong character. It was fine. The lines were funny. He delivered it in a way that was honestly a good Donkey Kong. It was kind of... Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. He's kind of he doesn't have the big, deep voice, but, he's kind of menacing. Not really in real life, but he's not, he delivered a good Donkey Kong. I could recognize that. I could separate the art from the artist, but how can you watch something like this and then trash it, even though it's something you've been waiting for? That's sad, man. That's fucking sad. Saddens me. But, the users are loving it. But yeah, this movie is gonna do hotcakes. I went to the theater there in our local mall. If Target and the other stores and the GameStop are surrounding it were smart, and they're not, because I looked and I checked. If they were smart, on opening day they should have had kiosks of Mario games and Nintendo merchandise everywhere. They should have had that shit everywhere. Because when people are done going to the fucking movies, they're going to go to the fucking stores. Or vice versa. They should have had that shit everywhere. They would have... Holy shit. There is going to be a huge fucking spike in Mario Kart 8 sales. They even had, in the movie theater, an ad running on Mario shit. Mario game sales are going to go through the roof. If anything is going to propel sales, it's going to be a movie. And they've already sold about as much as... Mario Kart 8 and Smash Brothers and, some of the Mario games, they're evergreen titles. They sell fine throughout the year. People keep buying them, even though everyone on the planet owns a Switch and owns them already. They keep selling. This is going to be the final nail in the coffin. Every last person on the planet who doesn't own this game is going to own it now. It's going to be crazy. Sales, I'm very interested to see how the sales of this game and how the movie did in the box office, locally and worldwide. I'm very, very interested to know how this is going to go. It's going to be crazy, and I really hope that it does well, because this was something, I'll say it again, I have been waiting for all my life, and we finally got it, and I'm very emotional, and I don't know how to react. I don't know how to fucking react to good news. I'm waiting for something to fucking come around the corner and fuck it all up. But it was fantastic, and I was going to talk about this in my stream this morning, but I got distracted, so you got it in movie form. So I'm gonna take off. I got bitches to fuck, drinks to drink, and games to play. I'll see you guys in the next video. And no, I'm not stopping making videos. I'm not going to just be doing streams, but there you go. Peace out, motherfuckers.